Hola familia, it's Alex. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So as you guys can see from the title, today is my very last update for my Pan That Face palette for the year of 2021. My November update will be my finale. I like to take the month of December off, so that way I can just enjoy my collection and see what I want to pan for the following year. So if I am thinking about this correctly, this is my last update with this one. Finale will be at the end of November, and then I'm just going to enjoy December and bring this back in January. So I have 3 palettes in front of me today. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts, stay tuned. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome to la familia. My name is Alejandra. I'm an eyeshadow enthusiast with a dash project pan. That's something that interests you. Subscribe, join us, and now let's get on with this update. Alrighty then, let's go on to our supplemental palette. So this was the last round where I was going to choose 2 additional palettes to join me in the month to help me out with my palette. So I chose the Smashbox Gold palette. So this is what this one looks like. And you guys, before I even brought this in, I think I used this maybe once or twice in its lifetime. So I got quite a bit of use out of it. You can clearly see that it does look used, and it does look like I did something to this palette. This was beautiful. Smashbox is up there for face products, complexion products. They actually have really nice complexion products. This is a nice highlighter. It's not super subtle, but it's not blinding in your face. It looked really nice on my skin. I literally just went like this. Mainly these 2 I used up until I started to lose my tan, and then I started to kind of gravitate towards these 2 right here. I don't feel like any of these look a little bit different. Maybe because I was mixing them, I didn't really notice one was more glittery, one was more shiny, one was more metallic. For me, since I swirled them all together, it really didn't make a difference for me, but I really enjoyed it. I used it quite a bit of times. I'm happy that I got use out of it. It's not something I want to declutter, which is a great thing, so I am going to keep it and hopefully be able to get more use out of it in the future. The other palette that I had in here was the Tarte Off the Cuff palette. This was something that I've had for a very long time. I was a little bit nervous that the formula was going to be a little bit off, but absolutely not, you guys. This performed just as nicely as when I first purchased it. You guys can see that it looks like I didn't do much to it, but I did. I promise you I used this quite a bit. The bronzer looks a lot more used, and I had a lot of fun with the blushes. I will say that this is Dollface, and Dollface always intimidated me. I used it and it doesn't actually look as bad on my skin. I thought it was gonna look very bubbly, bubblegum pink, but it actually doesn't. It really looks nice. This is a palette that I am thinking about panning for the future. This is a very big contender. I'm very happy that I was able to revisit it. I realized how much I enjoyed it, and I realized how much I love the formula. It's really nice. It's smooth. It looks nice on my skin. It's pigmented enough, but it's not super pigmented. And I didn't have a lot of powder kick-up. So that's good to know. It's good to know, to keep your makeup in good condition. It still lasts a long time. So I'm going to put that back in my collection as well. And there should be a video coming up this week of my, hypothetical Pan That Face palette for 2022, and that might be in there. Just giving you a heads up. All right, so now let's move on to the one that is in here for one more round, you guys. One more round. So in the last month, I wanted to get more use out of Sculpt. Sculpt was the matte brown shade. I had used it once or twice the last update and realized that I could use it as a bronzer. I wanted to get a little bit more use out of Lit and then jump over to Strobe and Stunner. And as you guys can see now, I feel like I have a lot more use out of Sculpt. Sculpt is the one that I concentrated more on, which is the bronzer. If you look at it from this angle, you can definitely see that I have worn down the edges on the top and bottom because I'm swirling in the center, so I could see it already dipping down. It is what I'm wearing today as a bronzer. I actually have been enjoying Strobe. Like I had told you guys a while back, I think if I get off the surface and dig down into the product, I might like it more. And sure enough, that's what's happening. It's still not the same formula, I feel, as these two right here. And it does have glitter flexes unlike the other two, but it still looks decent enough for me to wear on my face. Stunner, I love. Stunner, I will be honest with you guys, is the one that I have used the least out of all four of these, mainly because I have it in a single, so I'm not that worried about it because I know I love it. I know I'm going to enjoy it. I know I will reach for it. It's just I wanted to get more use out of these three right here, which I'm very happy about. I can no longer, I can't say I can't no longer, but as you guys can see, it's looking a little bit dark right here. So this is something that I'm very cautiously, lightly using now and not, being able to use it too much because it is getting a little bit darker. So I am mixing now both of these or just using this one on its own. And I definitely only use Stunner on its own. I know a lot of you guys had told me mix these two, but truly and honestly, I love Stunner all by itself that I don't need to mix it with anything. I know I genuinely like that one and I can use it whenever I want. So what do I see myself for the future? What am I going to do with this palette? I only have 1 more month on it. There's no way I'm going to hit pan, you guys. And I knew I wasn't going to hit pan. I knew it was far-fetched for me to even say that. I do want to get more use out of Sculpt. Sculpt is the one that I'm mainly using as my bronzer. I did reach for this one quite a few times as a bronzer as well, but I don't have any other bronzer in any other project pan. So I've just been using this one. I'm constantly using this one. I do like how it looks. It's pigmented. It blends really nice. It smells really nice. So I've just been reaching for Sculpt a lot. So that's my goal, is to mainly concentrate on Sculpt and then just get a little bit more use out of these two. I want to just concentrate on the last two, get them to look a little bit more used before I officially put this palette away for the year and be able to concentrate on something else. I want it to look more used. So when I open this up, it'll look like I actually love this palette, which I do. And that's what I want this whole project pan to be about, is for it to look loved. This, I'm happy I brought it in and I've been able to use it. And this won't be the last time you guys see that. You'll probably see it next year in some sort of project pan, in a graveyard project pan or something, where I still am going to get more use out of it. I'm just happy to say that this looks loved. And so I'm just going to concentrate on this side. This side is what I'm going to concentrate on. See if I can get a little bit more use out of it. See if I can love it a little bit more, incorporate it more into my looks, enjoy it, love it before I put it away and then I start working on other things in my collection. I don't think it'll go bad, honestly. The way that I take care of my makeup, I think I should be okay, considering this is still great. So at least I know my method and my madness is working when it comes to keeping my makeup clean and healthy for me to use going forward. So that's all that I have for you guys. Since I am not picking new palettes for the last round, I just want to concentrate on this one. I don't want to pick 2 more palettes. I want to concentrate on this one. I want to concentrate on the rest of my project pans, since this will be my last round of all of my project pans until they are finalized in December. So I'm very, very happy about that, you guys. I am loving it. And if I'm mistaken, and this is not my last project update, which I think for this one it will be, it's still on its own. It'll still be here on its own and I'm still going to use it and abuse it. My brain is not all there, so I don't know if this should be my last update or next month should be my last update. I don't know, but it is what it is. I'm still working on it, so you'll still see it next month, whether it's the last update or the finale. My brain, you guys, my brain. All right, that's all I have for you guys. More videos on the screen for your enjoyment. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll put more videos. Oh my gosh, you hear me? Do you hear me? All right, I'm out of here. Adios.